I think it was very brave of Foxstar, Vijay, to allow us to take a complete U-turn, as you call it, when we had delivered consistently hits and handled film of a particular kind. In the first 10 years of the new century, the filmmaker who made Zakham as his last directorial film, which got the National Award, which was known for its emotional quotient and its kind of realism, suddenly made consciously and bravely and with complete acceptance that, look, India has changed in the last 10 years, that it has not changed in the last 3,000 years. The sociological changes, our moral references have changed. And that's why I made, anticipating what is around the corner, I made this conscious change, and we made movies of a kind which has given us a lot of muscle. And with Foxstar, we have delivered three successful films, Jannat, Raz, and Murder 3. And when you taste success, you seldom like to deviate. And it was then, it was very brave of Vijay to come to me and say that here is Metro Manila, an unusual film which deals with the issue of the rural-urban migration, which is the world phenomenon. Have a look at it. Do you think it is something that you would be interested in doing together? And when I saw Metro Manila, I felt that this was a global narrative which is playing out, and it was perhaps more applicable to India because India is going to see an historic rural-urban migration in the next 2-3 years, which the human history has never seen. And every time a family moves away, or an individual moves away from the rural India to the urban centers, there's a great story there. Because he is going to travel through a time zone, and it will change him completely, or the family completely. Armed with the brilliance of Hansal Mehta, who gave us Shahid, and Rajkumar Rao, not Yadav anymore, and my gorgeous Patralekha, who is from Shillong, Patralekha with a double A, we have made a film which I am so proud of. And I was moved when some of the people from your fraternity, whom I wrote to personally, because I had done this when I made Arth. I couldn't afford the media space. My producer had no money. I was a nobody. But what made me get the media attention was the material that I had made. And I felt that when you have something which you are proud of, which you have made from your heart, the people in the media who get cynical, and rightly so, because every week after week you have people standing up on platforms like this and claiming that they've got the best product in the world. So you necessarily have to have that critical faculty. So in Earth, it had worked in big time for me. It was the media which gave me a kind of a great start because they believed that the material that I had made was path-breaking. So I did that exactly the same thing years later with Hansal. And I said, let us call the people from the media because CityLights cannot afford the same kind of a marketing budget that a Mr. X can. And Hansal agreed with me, and then we spoke to some of our friends from the media, and they exposed them to 25 or 26 minutes of some portion of our film, which gave them a feeling of what the material is all about. And I think that moved them. And we showed the same material in Delhi. And normally it is looked upon that Delhi is slightly colder to films which do not have spectacle and big names. But the way Delhi responded only confirmed that basically human beings are interested in human beings. And that's what happened there. They embraced the film in the form that we showed, and they could see that it has all the potential to move into your hearts and stay there for a very long time. So today what I'm going to do is show you 26 minutes of CityLights, which Hansal has sampled, put together, to give you an idea of what we have made. Because as I said, there's no point of talking to somebody about sugar if he has not tasted sugar. So first taste the sugar, which we have created from our hearts, and then we shall talk. So 26 minutes of CityLights, please, for the people. Yeah, thank you.
May I at this point please ask the cameras to be switched off, please? This footage is not to be recorded. If I can just request the media to please switch off the cameras.
And the benign indifference of this great city in which we live consists of about 43% of immigrants. These are the invisible people that we don't even look at. They open our doors when we go into our homes, drive us, auto rickshaws, taxi drivers, vendors. They are all here, right with us, but we don't even look at these invisible people. To look at those invisible takes empathy, and I think it was possible because of this fascinating, brave, the most dangerous filmmaker we have amidst us, Mr. Hansal Mehta, who had the empathy and the eyes to see it. His heart was open. We normally walk with our eyes open, but our hearts are shut. CityLight was possible because it was made by a person whose heart is open to his fellow human being. Hansal Mehta, please come and talk about this film.